our history. And boy, has dentistry been good to America. The late Charlie Norwood, what did he stand for? The Patient Bill of Rights. Who stood up for the red flags rule for the exemptions for small business and the red flags rule? Dentistry. How about the anti-competitive practices of insurance companies? Dentistry. You know what dentistry stood for? They found out if you advocate on behalf of the patient, you advocate on behalf of small business, you know what? The rest falls in line. Pretty darn cool. And that's the same thing I've learned. In my professional career here in town, I've taken on all the challenges I possibly can through my professional organization and through my family. As a private citizen, I've actually pushed national agenda items. Not just here locally, not just at the state, but currently right now in Congress. I am not afraid to voice my concerns. Folks, there's so many issues going on right now. Just pick them, grab them, because they're all intertwined. We can talk about immigration. Holy cow, we have a federal government that doesn't want to take care of their jobs. They don't want to do their part within the Constitution. And yet they want their hand in everything else. Here in Arizona, we understand something. Is that to get a grasp on illegal immigration, you first must secure the border. And I would ask you, take an onion, take an issue, and just put it on the onion. And the first thing you do with that onion is you have to peel the outside layer away so you can fully see that. Number two is, if you're truly going to get to the problem, know what your assets and liabilities are. I'm a science guy. You give me the assets and liabilities, we're going to come with some type of solution. But when you keep telling me, I got all these numbers that we can't put our finger on, it's time to shut off the faucet. And in immigration, you secure the border. Then you have a continuity, a plan of continuity from the border enforcement to the state enforcement to local enforcement. It's just that simple. And then start seeing where you come from. And if you're like me, I'm tired of rewarding bad behavior. Holy cow, it's just rampant. From the banks, from Wall Street, it goes on and on and on. I wasn't raised that way, and I don't think you were either. But the problem is we've allowed this to happen. Each one of us has to take some responsibility for what is occurring today. And it's reached the pitch that you have one more free election and you'll earn your second one. And if you get that right and you don't continue with your due diligence, that next one will be your last election free. But you know what? There's lots of hope here, folks, because you're here. It all starts with people agreeing that we got a problem. Now we have to have some solutions. I can tell you a whole bunch more. I'm not going to, because I want to take your questions, because I think that's the most fun part about it. But I want to tell you something. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lobbyist. And I'm not a career politician. This is my home. I am a businessman. I am a healthcare provider. I am a father, and I am a husband. And once again, this is my home. I'm tired of what I see. And I know you are too. I'm tired of having representation that isn't about you. It's for Aunt Nancy and Uncle Harry. How does that pertain to us? Because it isn't us. One last thing, that healthcare bill. Let's talk about Ms. Kirkpatrick. On the night before the first vote, Flagstaff Medical Center and the Arizona Medical Association talked to her at length and telling her why this bill was bad for Arizona, and specifically why it was bad for rural Arizona. And here's her comment. I know it's a bad bill, and I'm still voting for the bad bill. That's representation for the people and at the people, right? I thought that was for Nancy and Uncle Harry and Uncle. It's all about